We are beginning Group Sales Superstar. Here we go. Ring, ring, ring. Hello?
Hi, this is Michael Vesci with the Hartford Yard Goods. I'm a group sales account manager. I was looking to get in touch with the person in charge of scheduling group outings for the school.
Oh, okay. You're probably looking for Matt. He's in charge of all group outings for kids at the school. Give me a moment, I'll transfer you over to him.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Hi, this is Matt. How can I help you today?
Hi Matt, I was transferred over to you from Sean as the person in charge of scheduling group outings for John Patterson Elementary School. My name is Michael Vesci. I'm a group sales account manager with the Hartford Yard Goods, and I wanted to reach out to you today and spend a few minutes to discuss bringing a group to the Hartford Yard Goods this season. Have you ever come out to the ballpark?
Oh, well, yes, actually, I attended a game during the summer last season. It was great.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Who did you attend the game with, and where did you sit?
Well, I went with my two kids and my wife, and we sat behind the dugout. I believe it was section 116, third base side.
They sound like some great seats for the game. Did you enjoy your experience at the ballpark?
Yeah, we did. Kids loved it. The Goats won. My two sons each got a ball from Jack Winecoop, actually, at the end of the game, and got it signed.
That sounds like a great night for your family at the ballpark. So, since you work to coordinate group outings for John Patterson, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the kind of outings you guys have in the past to see if the Yard Goods would be a good fit for your group at the ballpark. So, what kind of outings have you planned for the students, and what is the most important to you when you plan them?
Some of the places we've visited in the past, in Hartford, Connecticut Science Center. We've also done the Bushnell Performing Arts Center and the Mark Twain House, just to name a few. We typically visit these in the fall and winter time to get the kids out of the classroom, try to emphasize outings that will not only provide the students with an educational experience, but have a fun one as well they wouldn't normally get in the classroom.
Yeah, that's always important when planning those sort of group outings, and it seems like your school is very familiar with the Hartford area and the many attractions that it has. But overall, how were those experiences at the various outings you had, and is there anything you'd like to see improve with the experiences the students are having?
One of the best things about the experience the students had in these outings was the valuable education they got from various aspects: science at the Science Center, history at the Mark Twain House, and performing arts at the Bushnell. It helped the students find what they are passionate about, give them a chance to explore new hobbies they might not have tried without these trips. That's being said, a reduced cost would be great for these outings as they tend to get expensive to do them year after year. The budget cuts are coming up. We are concerned we might not be able to send students on at least one of these outings this school year, and the places we take the students for these outings will not budge on our group pricing. So we value student participation on these outings, and are committed to having ones that are affordable and high quality. So it's an issue.
Yeah, I definitely understand your concern with pricing. I know it can be a huge factor in trying to figure out an affordable quality group outing for your students. And in having that commitment to affordable quality outings, around how many students do you estimate participate in your group outings for the school every year?
We have around 350 students in the school, and on average we're able to get about 125 or so to attend each of these trips during the school year. Due to the volume of students we have attending, we have to space out these trips over the course of multiple days to ensure we're not over capacity at facilities.
Wow, that sounds like a great turnout for your group outings. It really shows how much your students value and respond to the outings you're putting together. So kudos to you for creating opportunities to experience that the students will enjoy and resonate with them. You touched on it a little before, but what are your goals when putting together these group outings?
As I mentioned, we put an emphasis on outings that will not only provide our students with an educational experience outside the classroom, but a fun one as well. Something that they'll experience only out. And when we look at these outings too, we want to find places that are affordable and high quality so that the students can take something away from the experience. And we want to create memories and a learning environment so the students look back fondly on, when they're older and what they did with us.
That's great. Your commitment to providing memorable experiences for the students is admirable and shows the passion you have for them. I know you mentioned that you typically do these trips in the fall and winter time, but how far out from the actual day do you usually plan these outings, and when do you typically try to have the outings?
Typically, we start to inquire about dates in the early spring. We try to find 4 or 5 days that work for each outing location, plan to visit, and then about 2 to 3 weeks into the new school year, we hand out permission slips to the students to be returned within 2 weeks of distribution. Then the outing subsequently follows about a week or two later. We like to start early to ensure we secure the locations for the students so they do not miss out on these opportunities. We like to try to have our outings on a Wednesday, that way we can split up the week for the students and make it easier for them to get through what otherwise may seem like a long week.
You know, planning ahead is certainly important when getting these outings together, and it seems like you guys got that down pretty well. And when you have these group outings, how are they usually paid for? Does the school pay out of pocket and just take the outing fee from the permission slip? Do the teachers pay for their classes? What is the payment procedure you guys follow? And is there any specific price range you usually like to stay in, and does it include food and drinks?
Normally the school will pay for the students and then get that money back when the students turn in their permission slips. The place we visit usually charge about $25 per person, and we want to provide every student with the opportunity to go. We usually are in the price range of $1,500 to $2,500 for a group outing, since only about 125 students attend. Food and drinks are usually not needed for these outings either, as we have the students bring their own snack or lunch.
It sounds like you have a great relationship and deal with these places that you bring the students to during the school year. And when you organize these outings, how do you promote them to the students and the parents to get them interested in participating in them?
Well, in addition to the permission slip, we like to also send out a flyer to the families highlighting some of the amenities and other opportunities the outing will offer the child should they choose to participate. We like to also send out weekly reminders regarding submitting permission slips and continue to highlight what the outing has to offer for the students as a way to entice those parents who may be on the fence about sending their child on a trip in a state of being all in on the outing.
It sounds like some great ways to reach out to the students and hopefully get them on board. And considering what you told me from attendance on these outings, it seems like what you're doing is working. But as for the decision-making process, who's typically involved in deciding and coordinating these group outings?
I'll usually decide what outings I think would be the most beneficial for our students and figure out pricing as well as the other details. Then I meet with the principal to let her know what we plan on doing with the outings for the school year. Afterwards, I begin coordinating and planning the outing more concretely and setting everything up on that end.
Your school sounds like they really have a solid system for planning these outings for the students. And I definitely think, based on what you've told me today, that you'd be a great fit for coming out to a Hartford Yard Goats game this season. I know you mentioned how you do your trips in the fall and winter, and I think adding a game with us would be a great addition to the springtime just before the kids are getting out for summer break. We do offer a couple of school day games, one in April and one in May, that we can get you guys in for. You mentioned you like having trips on Wednesdays, and we happen to have one of our school day games on Wednesday, May 20th, 2020, at 10:35 a.m. against the Erie Seawolves, which would be a great way to end the school year for the kids. You know, we'll have on-field promotions, video board material geared towards the students that day. The kids can see our mascots, Chompers and Choo Choo. They can enjoy a great game of baseball that could potentially, lead them to being interested in taking up the sport as a hobby.
Wow, it sounds like it'd be a great day at the ballpark for the students. That would be high quality, to say the least. But how affordable would it be this season to have our school do this group outing? Since I mentioned before, we have the budget cuts pending that may eat into our ability to do group outings at all.
Well, we have a couple of options when it comes to group outings that I can tell you about. Our first one offers field box seats for $14 per ticket, or $10 per ticket for seats on the right field porch. With these tickets, you'll need a minimum of 25 people, which sounds like you guys have reached without a problem. And every group ticket comes with $2 in loaded value, which can be used basically anywhere in the ballpark, from concession stands to the team store. And if your group has more than 125 people in it, then you get an additional $1 in loaded value for each ticket. Now, the other option your school could explore is setting up the outing as a fundraiser event. And again, minimum of 25 people, but field box seats will cost just $12 per ticket, and right field porch seats are only $8. And if your outing exceeds 125 people, the ticket prices drop by $1 to $11 and $7 respectively for the field box seats and right field porch seats. So you can sell these tickets then at face value, and for the field box seats that would be $17, for the right field porch seats that's $13. You keep the proceeds you receive from the students who buy the tickets to attend the outing, and it's essentially a fundraiser for the school. And both options would be great for your school and cost less than the other outings you mentioned that your school does. And based on what I've told you with these two options that you have for group outings, which one do you think would be more suitable for your school?
Both options sound great for our school. Like you said, come at a far cheaper price than what other outings would cost. I think we would definitely like to move forward with the fundraiser option for our outing, seeing that selling the tickets would still be cheaper than our other outings and allow us to raise money for the school. I think we would prefer field box seats to help get the kids some shade so the day can be more enjoyable. Do you have anything available in the shaded area?
Awesome. So, looking at the date and seeing that you mentioned your group is usually about 125 people, we can get you tickets in section 118 and 119 for that game. And that's just to the left of the yard goats dugout. And we'll provide some partial shade for some of the kids. To get started on the reservation process, we would need a 25% deposit in order to reserve the tickets. And we're booking fast for the season, so I'd love to get you guys down for that date before someone else takes your spot. Do you think this is something you'd be able to do today? And if so, how many tickets would you like to reserve?
For sure. We'd definitely like to get the process started today. Seeing that there is a $1 discount for those fundraiser tickets exceeding 125, I think we might be interested in reserving 150 field box, since this outing will likely be more popular than our other outings thanks to the slightly reduced price and benefit it brings to the school.
Yeah, that sounds great. So like I said before, 25% deposit to reserve your tickets. And since you want 150 tickets, your total will be $1,650. That means your deposit today would only need to be $412.50 to put tickets on hold. The rest of the payment of that from that one, the $1,600, would be due 2 weeks prior to the May 20th game, it would be due on May 6th, along with the final number of tickets that you guys sold for the outing. And if you guys find that you need more tickets after that deadline is passed, as long as we have availability, we can make it work, but those will need to be paid for on the spot. And I'd like to remind you again that you can sell these at face value, which would be $17, and then keep the proceeds, which you mentioned would go to the school.
Okay, well, that amount sounds doable for today, and I appreciate all the information looking out for us and putting together the outing. I do have a couple concerns I'd like to bring up before officially putting down a deposit for this outing, though. While my kids may be into baseball, when I brought them to a game, I'm concerned there will be nothing to do for those who choose to attend the outing to get out of the classroom for the day and quickly get bored by a baseball game. I want to make sure the students are having a positive experience and educational time at the ballpark, ensure they're getting something out of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand what you mean. We actually worked with Ruth Chafee Elementary School, which is also in Newington, during our 2019 season, and their group outings coordinator had a similar concern. But in addition to baseball, we have a variety of other attractions that the kids can engage with. For starters, I talked a little before about the on-field promotions, which will be geared towards the kids, as well as the video board content. And of course, the mascots are a fan favorite as well. Kids will love them. But there's also other things that the school enjoyed last year, which were the many food options they could choose from at the concessions, and the fun zone area for the kids to enjoy. And while these do carry minor price tags to them, there's still plenty of fun for the kids to experience during the game should they lose interest in what's going on in the field.
Excellent. My family must have missed the fun zone when we went. I know we normally bring food to our outings, but we definitely could include on the permission slip that students are welcome to bring money to enjoy the variety of experiences you guys have at the ballpark. It truly seems like an experience that the students will enjoy, whether it is the game itself or other entertainment options the ballpark has. My only other concern is promoting this outing as a fundraiser. While we normally draw lots of students, I'm worried about promoting a baseball game to entice students to enjoy the outing.
Totally get where you're coming from with that, seeing it's your first time doing this at a ballpark. Having an outing in a new place can be scary. And I know you mentioned you guys make flyers, send out reminders to parents. We could also do a mascot appearance at your school in early to mid-March, which could, maybe get the kids excited about baseball in the yard goats, so that when they go home and tell their parents about seeing the mascot, they want to go to the game. So we tried this out with Ruth Chafee's outing as well last year when they went down the fundraiser route that you guys are considering, and it was a huge hit. They had 50 kids already signed up for their outing at the time when we brought the mascots in, and within a week of having those mascots come to the school, they had 110 people signed up for their outing. So it's definitely an avenue that we can look at if you're interested.
Wow, that would certainly be a great idea to have at the school. I think we could help boost our fundraising efforts in a big way that way. I'm convinced this outing will be one of our biggest and best yet, and I appreciate all the information you've given me about the group outing plans. I think we'd be ready to move forward with the deposit right now.
Not a problem. Like you mentioned before, you wanted 150 tickets, which means we'll need a deposit of $412.50 to reserve the tickets today, and the other $1,237.50 will be due by May 6th, along with a head count of how many tickets were sold. And as a reminder, any additional tickets needed following the deadline can be accommodated if possible, as long as they're paid for right away. So, how would you like to pay for your deposit?
I will send a check this afternoon, and it should arrive in the next few days so we can get those tickets reserved. Then we'll make sure to pay the rest of the amount, as well as give a head count for the May 6th deadline you mentioned. Appreciate all the help you've given me today.
Absolutely. I'll make sure to look for a check in the next few days after we get off the phone. I'll make sure I send an email with all the details from this conversation regarding pricing and deposits. ballpark entertainment for the kids and mascot appearance information today. And I'll reach out to you after we get the deposit to let you know the tickets have been reserved. And then after that, we can work with you to coordinate the best time to have the mascots come to your school to see the kids, build excitement about the outing in May. And then throughout the process, the months leading up to the game, I'll keep in touch with you to see how you guys are doing and selling the tickets and assist you in any way that I can to, maybe boost those numbers.
That sounds perfect. I'll look for your email and make sure we get that deposit in by the end of the week, get things rolling with the mascot appearance. I've got to say, we are excited to work with your organization, and I'm positive that this will be an unforgettable experience for the students. So thank you for all the information, Michael. I'll look forward to hearing from you soon.
You're welcome. Anything else that you need in the meantime, feel free to reach out to our offices at 860-246-GOAT and just ask for Michael Vesci.
Will do. Thanks again.
Take care.
Look. Well done, sir.